And welcome back to the Diecast Wars, the first Wars. We've already got 4 drivers through to the quarterfinals. And what 4 drivers that we have got through. But we still have plenty of spaces available. And we've still got another 6 groups to get through. Another 4 drivers today will be going down our track. And we have got 4 big names in today's episode. 4 big names known across either our channel or other channels. I cannot wait to see who's going to emerge as the victor in this one. Is it going to be Bob Stoner from the USA in the Jaguar I-Pace e-Trophy? This is genuinely Bob Stoner's car. He sent me this way back when, and it's always got ambition. It is a Hot Wheels ID car, but it's not one to be ruled out. The dreaded Exorcist, driven by Kane Holson, is back representing England. Kane won a tournament in this car way back when. It is a former champion. It has destroyed another car. Don't argue with the Exorcist. Q Boyd in the Lotus Sport Elise, retiring from his 2018 Bugatti Divo for now because his car was too fat to get over the jump. Q Boyd, always doing well on our channel, always a big supporter. Hopefully he goes one step further in this competition. And finally, it's Benny Carlson in the Cadillac El Marge. Did really well in his qualifiers, and when he saw it, he left an amazing comment how he was jumping for joy. Cannot wait to see how this Cadillac does. And just before we go any further, I just want to show you the new Parc Ferme. Yes, the 4th garage has been built. Every driver now has their garage moving forwards. How awesome does the Parc Ferme look? It's starting to look like a proper racetrack, even if it is only low budget and quite temporary. So, round 1's going to commence with Kane Holson in the Exorcist versus Q Boyd in the Lotus. This is going to be an interesting race. Is the Lotus going to claim a victim for the first time, or is the Exorcist going to add another one on its notch? But the Lotus getting past the Exorcist. What is going on? But you know what you've done, Q Boyd? You've anchored the Exorcist. Now it's coming for you. Anyway, look at this. A beautiful overtake in mid-air. And the Lotus proving that it's not one to be ruled out of. Kane Holson, former champion. I reckon he's biding his time. Anyway, we move on to leg 2. It's 1-0 to the Lotus. Kane getting ready. And away we go. Look at that. The Exorcist proving why it's one to not watch out for. Because, yeah, Q Boyd keeping his distance because he knows what the Exorcist is capable of. This car, when I say the Exorcist is genuinely broke a car, I mean it. Back in the day, we sent it down the track with a 1968 Ford Shelby. The Exorcist crashed into it and the chassis of the Ford actually broke off. That is why it's got its name. It's a car killer. It is the Exorcist. But it is 2-1 now to Q Boyd, bringing it back. Kane, is it me? Or is that Exorcist not going as fast as what we're used to? Is it another? Are we in for another shock? Is another big name at Wallside about to drop? We're only 1 round in, but over the jump and far away, the Lotus comes out to play. Look at that! But he's come to a stop, I do believe. What was the score there? Answers on a postcard, please. I've lost count. Hang on 2 seconds. I've got the app here on my phone. I'll soon tell you. First Wars, round 1, Group C. It is 2-1 to the Lotus. And the Exorcist loses to the Lotus. Q Boyd went up against the Exorcist and lives to tell the tale. Oh, that's going to anger it. Anyway, move on now to the next round. It's Benny Carlson in that Cadillac Marge versus Bob Stoner in the Jaguar I-Pace e-Trophy. I love saying that car's name. It's great. It's a Hot Wheels ID car. It looks beautiful and it's quick. But then again, that Cadillac is also quick, so it could be anyone's race here. Bob Stoner going 1-0 up early days. I love the Jaguar. I love the fact it's an ID car. But you can't now get this car in mainline. I've got no interest in getting it in mainline because I think the colour on the mainline one is not as good. But this one, the green, it's British Racing green, it's got the Jaguar logo. But as Mark Jarvis would say, it's an electric car and Mark doesn't like them. But I don't mind them. And it's 1-1. Benny Carlson brings it back in the Cadillac. That Cadillac did really well in our final Wallside tournament. Filmed in the front room that we're filming it in now, but I'm sat where the track was instead. Anyway, it's 1-1 as we move on now to leg 3. Bob Stoner, we're waiting for him to see what he can do. Can he bring it back in that Jaguar, or is Benny going to get a great start? Benny going backwards. Bob Stoner catches him snoozing. Going to get round the line. Bob Stoner's on his roof. It's going to end at 1-1 on leg 3, and that puts Benny in a great position. Poor Bob. Look at that, on his roof. Now, speaking of Bobs, I bet you're all wondering, where's Bob Allen in that Porsche 911 GT3 RS? He wasn't seen in the qualifiers, so he's not going to be in the groups, and he's not going to be in this tournament. The only champion that we've ever had on this channel that's not actually been in the qualifiers. Well, for those that are wondering, Bob Allen has had to have some time off from racing and some time off in real life. He's not been too well. He is on the mend now, and we're wishing him all the very best, as I'm sure that all of you will be at home. It's Bob Stoner continuing now racing versus Kane Holson, but Bob Allen has had to have major surgery, and for the time being he will be out of Diecast racing, but he will be back on our screens very, very shortly. But when, we don't know. Anyway, moving on now to leg 1. Kane Holson with the impressive overtake there and crosses the line first. The Exorcist still angry from its defeat against Q Boyd. Kane Holson bumping the Jaguar out of the way. I wonder if the Jaguar knows it's in danger. I wonder if it's going to try and escape the Exorcist. And it does. Oh, the Exorcist trying to claim another victim. Fails to put him off his racing line. And it's back to 1-1. Bob Stoner giggling all the way to the finish line. Kane Holson. That Exorcist. Is it okay? Is the demon not doing too well? As we move on to leg 3. Kane Holson, it's 1-1. Unleash the beast, Kane. Let the car go free. Oh, Bob Stoner doing what Kane did in the last round. It's 2-1 to Kane. Kane, come on, man. Put your foot down, lad. Like the 2-1. But Bob Stoner is still one to reckon with. Let's face it. Never count out a Jaguar. Here we go. As we roll on to the next leg. The Exorcist leg. The Exorcist time to shine. To get 3 points, maybe? No. No, it's not. Oh, what a whiff from Kane. It's 2-2. It's going to be a draw. So Kane's got 1 point on the board at least so far. And it's a real shock from one of the All-Stars, I guess. Safety car deployed. I don't actually really know what happened there. He got his wheel stuck and just... yeah. The Exorcist. Not having a good day. Moving on now to the next round, however. It is Q Boyd versus Benny Carlson. Both of these drivers having a very, very good round 1. Are they going to have a very, very good round 2? Or are we going to see a draw? Well, Benny Carlson with a better launch, getting around. What a recovery from Benny Carlson, but I think it might be classed as an obstruction. I'm not sure. We're going to have to wait and see to the next slide, which will be a photo of what happened. If the official is there, there's no official, so there's no warning. I think, to be fair, it's being classed as just purely a racing incident, which is probably the most fair way to go about it. Moving on to leg 2 though, however, it does mean that it does continue as normal. There's no reset. It's being classed as a draw for that leg. Out in front, Q Boyd getting his wheel stuck and he rolls the car and Benny Carlson goes 1-0 up. Amazing recovery from Benny Carlson, having a disadvantage on the outside lane, but it put Q Boyd off his race and he's rolled the car. So it does mean that Benny Carlson goes into leg 3 with the advantage. So, does this mean that Benny Carlson is going to go 2-0 up and claim 3 more points on the table and pretty much bag himself a position in the quarter-finals? Sorry, my phone is going absolutely nuts with notifications from Discord, from the E-Racing League that I do on a Monday evening. You can find live on Twitch, and a Facebook message from one of my co-workers. But he is across the line, and it is going to be 2-0 to Benny Carlson and 3 points on the board. Q Boyd knows he's not going to get anything, but every leg does count, because it can decide who goes through. Q Boyd, that's not how you want to do it. And Benny Carlson takes it up 3-0. What actually happened there? He didn't roll the car at least, he just got his wheels stuck. Benny Carlson brings it home across the line. Cameraman can't even keep up. Q Boyd, not a great performance in that Lotus. I think he's missing his Bugatti, personally. Shame. Maybe we'll have to find a way in Series 2 to get it back on. Anyway, as it stands, it's Benny Carlson in first, Q Boyd in second, Bob Stoner in third, and Kane Holson in last. Now that is the shock so far for the group. Right, moving on now to the final round. It is going to be Kane Holson for the first half versus Benny Carlson. Benny Carlson so far having a dominant performance. No one has actually done a clean sweep so far of their groups. People have had clean sweeps in a group, but they haven't clean sweep the entire group. What does clean sweep mean of the entire group? Well, that is where a driver beats all 3 of their opponents and goes through with 9 points. And let me tell you, if a driver does that, it will shoot them up the drivers' rankings. And it will be one to be reckoned with. Benny Carlson goes 1-0 up. The Exorcist giving him a tap up the ass there. Maybe marking his territory. Kane with the inside lane advantage. Over the jump and far away. The Exorcist comes out to play and goes across the line to make it 1-1. Look at this. Beautifully done. Benny Carlson does try to go for the overtake. It is fair play, but the Exorcist goes, no! It's my line. Know your place, Benny Carlson. It's 1-1. But Benny Carlson now does have the apparent inside lane advantage. Here we go. Over the jump. And he's blocked the Exorcist. And the Exorcist is going to be angry with you, Benny. Look at this. Deliberately drives into Kane's line. And the officials aren't going to take that lightly. It's only fair. There is a yellow flag for Benny Carlson. The leg will be replayed. Kane, has it put your car off? Is there damage? Well, to your car or Benny's? When you're racing against the Exorcist, you cannot discount that the other car got damaged first. Both off the line at the same time. But Benny with a better start, and he's blocking it again, and the Exorcist is giving a poing, knocking him across the line. It's not going to count. It's going to go to another reset. But this is what you get. The Exorcist says, for trying to stop me from crossing the line, I'll smack you across the line and make you change your tyres. The Exorcist is evil. You can feel its presence in every video it's in. But again, you can feel it in its presence every single video that we make, even when it's not racing. It's not one you want to anger. The Exorcist is a all-star for a reason. Over the jump and far away. The Exorcist wants to play, but he couldn't get the overtake. And it's going to be another point there for Benny Carlson. And I think, if my memory serves me, it's too little too late for Kane. Here we go. Over the jump and far away. Benny Carlson pushes it away, and he's gonna take the win, and it's gonna be the first clean sweep of the groups. Benny Carlson will go through as your group winner, beating every single one of his opponents. And the Exorcist, I think, does finish at the bottom of the table. Oh dear. Is it me, or has the room just gone cold? Q Boyd and Bob Stoner grace us for the very final race of Group C. Oh, the room's gone cold. Now, these two are both battling for a place in the quarterfinals. Bob Stoner with the better go. It's 1-0 to Bob Stoner. Q Boyd keeping up, though, in that Lotus. I'd like to see the Lotus go through, personally. Purely because it's a British car. And I want to see more Lotuses go at it. We had another Lotus in the qualifier stages, and it didn't go too well for him. But we've got 2 Lotuses through currently, if I'm correctly, and we've got more Lotuses available on our channel. It's 1-1 now. Q Boyd's brought it back. We've got more Lotuses on the sign up page on the Facebook page. Link is in the description below. If you want to appear on the Diecast Wars, make sure you have a car on your name, and, well, you've got a chance to be in Series 2. We're prioritising drivers that I do not know, so anyone that signs up... Oh, I've got to stop there. That's a wicked wipeout. Bob Stoner's slowed down. He will cross the line, and it is 2-1 to Bob Stoner, but Q Boyd, that is a wicked wipeout. He's got no chance now of recovering, because that was leg 3. Safety car has been deployed. Bob Stoner will get to go down the track by himself, and it's going to be 3 points regardless, because Q Boyd has got no way to defend himself. Leg 4. I'm gobsmacked at that crash. I really hope Cuboid's okay. We will wait for confirmation and update on the Facebook page. Bob Stoner, I don't think his heart was in it there. He got put off, and I don't blame him because that was a lethal crash there from Cuboid. We will keep you updated, of course, from the 4Cube Racing team. But there can only be 2 people advancing, and it is going to be Benny Carlson from Sweden and Bob Stoner from the USA. The first clean sweep of the groups. Is that Cadillac going to be one to watch out for? Confirmation there. 9 points for Benny Carlson. Only 4 points for Bob Stoner. 3 points for Cuboid, and Kane Holson picking up a point. Winning some legs, but it's not enough. Anyway, that does mean we have 6 drivers through. It's Matthew Harding, Dan Herman, Paul Spink, Eric Z, Benny Carlson, Bob Stoner are our 6 drivers currently through. Still no English or British drivers through. I wonder if that's going to change in Group D. Group D, that's my group. I'm up in the next episode, and I cannot wait to grace your screens once more. But that is all we have time for. Like I was saying earlier, if you do wish to appear on the channel and you want a car, you need to head over to the Facebook page, sign up for a car that is not got a driver on it, and you have a chance to be featuring in the Diecast Wars, the second Wars, which will be coming in later on in the year. But a big thank you to everyone who has watched today. I know it is 17 minutes and 1 second out of your day to watch an episode I put together, and I wouldn't keep doing it without your love and support. If you haven't already, remember to hit the like and subscribe button. New episodes every Monday and Friday. The question is though, have we seen the last of the Exorcist sulking away there in his garage? I think the beast may have finally been tamed.